I had this friend I used to play with, that girl Caitlin, and I would spend the night at her house every Saturday, and I'd go to church with her on Sunday and just pretend to be a Christian, all crazy like. And we played this game before church. She would be the boss, and I'd be the secretary. Her name was Harry Company, which sounds like a porn name, and my name was Chrissy Tinkers, probably the stupidest name I've ever heard in my life. And here's how the game went. She would go, Chrissy, get me my briefs. We just thought that's what men needed. Like, they needed their briefs. I'd be like, all right, Mr. Company, I'm doing the best I can. You know my tits are scared. I'm trying, Mr. Company. And then she put this pile of papers on her dad's desk, and I would go get him. He had no idea we were playing this weird horror game in his office. And I bring him over, and I could never quite handle the task of just carrying the papers across the room. Always a little too much for the moron Chrissy Tinkers. And then I would drop the papers, and she'd always get just furious. She'd be like, Jesus, Chrissy, you're such a bird brain! She always called me a bird brain in our game for some reason. And I would lean down to try to pick him up, and then she would lift my chin up like that douche did, and try to kiss me. And I'd be like, no, Mr. Company, no! I'd smack her across the face, and then she'd just throw me on the bed and start humping me. That was our game. And I'd be like, no, Mr. Company, no, no, no! And she would go, no means yes, Chrissy! So it was a rape game. We played a rape game every Sunday morning before church. We could not get enough of that shit. And she told her mom about it, and we got in trouble, of course. I was always that kid that got in trouble, even when something wasn't my idea. Like, of course, it's the dirty Jews' idea to play the rape game, you know? Meanwhile, it was her idea. I mean, I wanted it, but it was her idea. So we got in big trouble. Like, her mom called my mom, and all the teachers were notified at school, like, that we were humping. It was a problem. My mom called this sex therapist to come over to my house to talk to me about sexual appropriateness. No wonder I can't talk dirty. I was treated like a child predator, like I would rape again if I wasn't stopped. Shit was fucked up. She had this woman come over, and she sang folk songs about sexual appropriateness. That was her crazy-ass job. Yes, this happened to me. It did. She came to my place, and she sang this folk song about, it was called Bathing Suit Parts, about how you're not supposed to touch somebody in their bathing suit parts. It was the craziest song I've ever heard. I remember doing a lot of dancing whenever she came over. I had to, like, sort of dance with her in the living room. The song went, it was like, bathing suit parts, don't you touch somebody in the bathing suit parts, don't you do it? Like I was just running around grabbing people in their crotch, like some sort of wild bandit, like any vag or dick on the streets. I had no control over myself. I couldn't stop. It's so insulting. I'm like, bitch, we play a highly specialized hump game. If you want to get the hell out of here with your folk guitar, I'm a little backed up right now. I am in no mood. So I had like 3 sessions with this lunatic woman, and my mom was like, you did fabulous work with Barbara. I'm so proud of you. I think you can have Caitlin over again. Like we were given another chance because I'd been, I don't know, I'd had enough rape rock therapy or something. And so she came over again, and our parents both sat us down before our sleepover, and they were like, girls, whatever you do, don't you play that vulgar sexual humping game tonight. Don't you do it. Her mom was like, Christ will know if you're humping. Of course we played the game immediately. We couldn't fucking wait. We were very excited. As soon as my mom went to bed, we got right to humping. We didn't know foreplay, nothing. We were just like, hump time. But we tried to whisper because we didn't want to get in trouble, so we tried to like hump very quietly. But then she got too excited during the rape part. I understand, it's the most exciting part. And she screamed, she's like, no means yes! I was like, shut up, bitch! We will never make it to church in the morning! Shut your fucking mouth! woke my mom up, of course. There is nothing uglier than a mother woken up in the middle of the night. There's just nothing more heinous than a furious mom at like 2 a.m. She comes peeling into our room. Her vanilla ice dew is even more askew. It looks crazy as shit. She has on some heinous turquoise robe. She's like, what the hell is going on in here? And I was always a terrible liar. My lies just sucked. Like, they were shit lies. Like, she walked in, and I was like, Mom, we're playing a game about fashion. Meanwhile, we were on top of each other mid-hump when she walked in. Like, we were caught right in the hump. I was like, whoops-a-daisy. And she goes, oh, please, Rachel. I lived in California in the 1960s. You two are humping the bejesus out of each other right now. I should probably tell that girl that I am telling that story around America. We're friends on Facebook. Maybe I'll just put it on our wall or something. It needs to be told.